Zdrasty! I'm going to be telling you today about che. Che is the Russian word for whose. So you also need your book, and we are on page 59, 59. So please turn to 59. You may also need your activity manual, so have it handy, okay? So here we are on page 59. 59. At the top we have whose and the possessive modifiers. Okay, well, we're mainly just going to talk about whose in this video. So, right underneath that blue writing, it says to ask whose, use che, cha, cho, or chi. That's kind of fun. Followed by eta and the relative pronoun. So, look at the examples there. For the masculine, che это чемодан. Che это чемодан. Whose suitcase is this? Che, as I have written here, na dosке on the board, is the masculine form. So that means it's going to agree with the noun, right? Nouns are boss, that is masculine. Such as in this sentence, чемодан, suitcase, чемодан. Okay, next is a neuter sentence. Чё это пальто? Чё. It's чё because it agrees with пальто, which is neuter. Then we have the feminine. Чья. Чья это сумка? Чья for сумка. And finally, the plural. Чьи это часы? Чьи это книги? Whose watch is this? Whose books are these? Alright? Now, in those examples, in the pictures there, you can see the gingery dudes. The guy with the mustache says, Чей это чемодан? Right? Whose suitcase is this? And the person replies, мой. Мой. That's all I have to say. It's like saying mine in English. Mine. It's mine. Mine? Mine? Yeah. And then, this picture next to it, right? We have the, I don't know what he is, pilot or something, I don't know. He says, это ваш чемодан? Is this your suitcase? And they say, да, это наш чемодан. Yes, it's our suitcase. Okay, so look below the pictures. The paragraph there says, possessive modifiers indicating my, your, etc. also modify or agree with the noun to which they refer. Okay, this is a fancy way of saying nouns are boss, so everything else has to agree with them. Okay, so look in the blue box. Is the blue box? Yes. Here. First, there's the line of whose. We already mentioned this. Che, cho, cha, chi. Right? They agree with the form of the noun that's there. So if you wanted to know whose backpack something is, you would say, what's the word for backpack? Ryukzak, which is masculine, right? You would need your masculine form of whose, which is che. So you'd say che это рюкзак. Whose backpack is this? Okay? If it were window, окно, what form of whose would you need? Чьё. Чьё. Excellent. Now, we will talk more in class about the other words like my, your, our, your, okay? And his, hers, and theirs. We'll do that a little bit more in class. But as you can see, you already know moi, and they have them listed there for you in the different forms. So those words are going to change too to agree with the noun. Everything agrees with the noun because nouns are boss. So, let us now look in the activity manual. Hopefully you have it. We're going to be on page 33. Okay? We're going to try to do Oral Drill 8. Page 33, Oral Drill 8, which is at the very bottom. Ask to whom these items belong. So the box has an example. It says, "Вот документы." Here are the documents. And you're going to say, well, whose documents are these? Okay? So, вот just means here are. So, all of them are going to start with вот, and then they list something. So, where our job is to figure out what gender that other word is. Like in the example, documente. It's plural, right? Documenty. Uy at the end. It's plural. So we know we need the form of chi. Chi at the documente. Right? Now, let's do some of these together. First one, вот player. Вот player. So, let's say we had player. What gender is that? Masculine. What form of whose goes with the masculine? Che. So we'd say Che это player. Che. Che это player. Okay. How about our next one? Our next one is книга. Вот книга. Here's the book. Whose book is this? Why do I care? So, what is the noun there? Not вот, right? Вот just means here is. What's the noun? Kniga. What gender is kniga? It's feminine and ends in a. So, we're going to make it whose. That's feminine, which is... Yes, use your book, of course. I don't expect you to know it all right away. Chia. Okay? So what would be the whole sentence for whose book is this? Чья это книга? Чья это книга, да? So, there's another one. Okay, next we have passport. Passport. Вот passport. Here's the passport. Well, whose passport is this? Of course, they're stupid. I could just look at the name. But anyway, so what is passport? What gender? Masculine, right? So we need che. We say che это passport. Let's just do a few more. Next we have radio. Radio. What form of che do we need? Cho, the neuter. Okay, cho. Cho. Ch, мягкий знак yo. Cho это radio. Whose radio is this? Now, next we have машина, feminine. Чья это машина? Let's look at the next one. Туфли. What are туфли? I hope you remember. Okay, туфли, and then we want to say whose shoes are these. So, what form of whose would we need? Plural, right? Chi. It agrees with туфли. So, chi это туфли. So that's how we do whose in Russian. Once again, nouns are boss. They're always boss. They're so bossy. Okay, so everything has to agree with them, including the word whose and including the word my, yours, etc. And we've already discussed my, and we'll discuss the other ones in more detail. Завтра. Tomorrow. Пока.